said his name is what? Pap what? Pap Smith? What you bringing in my house named Pap Smith for? Who is this? James, who is this? She got a nigga up in the house named Pap Smith. Is you the woman? What he doing? You already know I don't want nothing. He ain't, well, you ain't met me. I don't need to meet him. I can smell that he ain't shit. That's how I am, y'all. That's really how I am. I see something that you can't see. Can't never win no number. I win by the horns, but I know the nigga when I see one, I can smell it. He don't mean no good. Listen, he don't mean no good. He ain't got no money.
When Tasha K went live with her latest podcast, the reaction online was instant and intense. Within minutes, people were sharing clips, posting comments, and sending messages to friends, saying they could not believe what they had just heard. Many listeners felt like they were stepping into a story they thought they already understood, only to realize there might be another side they had never seen before. The name at the center of all this talk was Claressa Shields, a champion known for her strength, focus, and fearless presence both in the ring and in the public eye. For years, fans followed Claressa's journey with pride. They watched her train, compete, and win, celebrating each victory as proof of her hard work and dedication. Her image was one of confidence and control. She seemed surrounded by people who supported her, guided her, and stood by her through every challenge. That picture made many believe she had built a solid circle of trust around her, a team that truly cared about her well-being. But during the podcast, a different version of the story began to take shape. Tasha K spoke about relationships, money, and hidden stress that might have been bubbling beneath the surface for a long time. According to what was shared, the support Claressa thought she had may not have been as simple or as pure as it appeared. Some fans started to wonder if the friendships and partnerships they saw online were part of something more complicated. The idea that fame and success could attract both help and hidden motives is not new, but hearing it tied to someone as respected as Claressa made people stop and listen more closely. The podcast suggested that her growing name and clean image might have been useful to others who were dealing with their own problems behind the scenes. These claims painted a picture where her public success became a bright light that pulled attention away from financial struggles and personal pressure in the lives of people around her. As listeners replayed the episode, they began to search for signs in old photos, interviews, and videos. A simple smile in a past clip suddenly felt like it might carry a deeper meaning. A friendly comment on a social post was now read with curiosity and doubt. It was as if the internet had turned into one giant puzzle, with everyone trying to fit the pieces together in their own way. According to the podcast, money was a major part of the story. There were claims of unpaid taxes, large debts, and ongoing financial stress that created a heavy burden behind closed doors. The suggestion was that maintaining a perfect public image became very important for those involved, and Claressa's rising fame helped keep the focus on her wins instead of their worries. Every time she stepped into the spotlight, it shifted attention away from the problems others were facing. But the story did not stop at finances. Tasha K also talked about emotions and trust. The podcast described a situation where Claressa's belief in the people around her may have made her vulnerable. She was seen as someone who gave her loyalty and support freely, trusting that the same care would be returned. When talk of a hidden relationship surfaced,
Claressa, you are on my mind, oh, Rissa, you're one of a kind, oh, Rissa, you better watch that married man, girl, because he's playing you, Rissa, he's intensely dead, oh, Rissa, you don't know what you get. Oh, let me be quiet.
It was said to have caused deep pain and confusion. The idea that something so personal could be kept secret added another layer of hurt to an already heavy situation. Online reactions came from every direction. Some fans jumped to Claressa's defense right away. They said she deserved respect and privacy, no matter what rumors were being shared. To them, her career and personal life were her own, and no podcast should have the power to define her story. Others felt that the claims raised serious questions that should not be ignored. They argued that repeated talk, even when unproven, often points to something worth looking into. As the debate grew, creators on social media began to break down the story in their own ways. Some made short videos summarizing the main points. Others wrote long posts comparing past events to the claims being made. A few even built timelines, trying to show how different moments might connect if the allegations were true. With every new post, the conversation expanded, reaching people who had not even heard the original podcast. Through all of this, Claressa herself remained mostly silent. That quiet presence became part of the discussion. Some people saw it as a sign that she was hurt or overwhelmed. Others believed it was a smart choice, a way to avoid making the situation worse. In a world where every word can be shared, clipped, and debated, staying quiet can sometimes feel like the safest option. The podcast also suggested that many public moments were carefully planned. According to this version of the story, appearances, interviews, and events were managed to protect a certain image. Claressa was described as being part of a public front that helped others look stable and successful, even while dealing with serious private challenges. This idea made fans look back at old memories with fresh eyes, wondering how much of what they saw was natural and how much was carefully arranged. As days passed, the conversation did not slow down. New angles appeared all the time. Some focused on the financial claims, trying to understand what they meant and whether they could be verified. Others focused on the emotional side, talking about trust, loyalty, and the pain of feeling used by people you care about. Many talked about the role of social media itself, questioning how quickly rumors can spread and how hard it can be to separate fact from opinion. In the middle of all this noise, people often return to Claressa's journey as an athlete. Her rise to the top was not easy. It was built on years of early mornings, tough training sessions, and countless sacrifices.
So I don't know whose team you think I'm on, but I'm on your team. And like I said, Papoose and Remy spent time together on Christmas. I got pictures of them together. I ain't even dropped those yet. The daughter ain't nowhere near around. But you got $8 million. I got $8 million. I got $8 million. No, you don't. I already got people running the background docs on Win Records on Papoose's position. It's only a matter of time before I drop that. I got PI.
Fans remembered the moments she stood in the ring, focused and fearless, proving her strength again and again. Seeing her name tied to such a dramatic story felt strange to many. They struggled to match the powerful champion they admired with the idea of someone being caught in a confusing and painful situation. The podcast suggested that once the alleged hidden relationship came to light, everything changed. It described a moment when trust broke and the emotional weight became too heavy to ignore. According to the story, Claressa began to look at her life differently, not only questioning her personal connections, but also how her career had been guided. This part of the narrative showed her as someone trying to take back control, to understand what was truly hers and what might have been shaped by others. As the weeks went on, the story became more than just a single podcast episode. It turned into a larger conversation about fame and its costs. Many people shared their own thoughts and experiences, talking about how success can bring both opportunities and pressure. Some spoke about times when they trusted someone who did not have their best interests at heart. Others talked about how easy it is to believe in a perfect image, especially when it is shared online in carefully chosen moments.
In the mall, at the Louis Vuitton store, and you bought the Louis Vuitton duffel bag, and then you had to give him the Louis Vuitton box that you bought to give to you as if he bought it for you, and you forgot that you put the receipt online showing that you bought a duffel bag, a Louis Vuitton duffel bag, and it's like, did she just give him the gift to give to her to act like the things that we're telling her that he ain't got no money? He is gifting you his.
The discussion also raised questions about privacy. Some people felt that once someone becomes famous, their personal life becomes part of their public identity. Others strongly disagreed, saying that no matter how well known someone is, they still deserve a space that belongs only to them. This back and forth added depth to the conversation, turning it into a debate about boundaries in the digital age. Throughout it all, support messages for Claressa continued to appear. Fans wrote comments encouraging her to stay strong and focused. Some shared memories of how her career inspired them, reminding her of the impact she had on their lives. Even those who were unsure about the claims often expressed hope that she would find clarity and peace, no matter what the truth turned out to be. The podcast created a moment that went beyond entertainment. It became a reminder of how powerful words can be, especially when shared on a large platform. A single story, whether proven or not, can shape how people see someone. It can change conversations, shift opinions, and create waves that travel far beyond the original audience. For now, much remains unclear. What people have are stories, reactions, and many unanswered questions. Some continue to follow every update closely, waiting for official statements or clear evidence. Others have stepped back, choosing to treat it as just another example of online drama. But for many, this moment will stay in their minds as a lesson about the human side of fame. Behind every headline and trending topic is a real person with real feelings. Claressa Shields, known for her strength and determination, now faces a different kind of challenge, one that does not involve gloves or rounds but emotions, trust, and public opinion. How she chooses to move forward will shape how this chapter is remembered. As the internet keeps talking, sharing, and debating, one thing remains certain. Stories like this show how quickly the online world can turn a single moment into a long conversation. They remind us to watch carefully, think critically, and remember that every story has more than one side. In the end, many people hope that Claressa comes out of this stronger, wiser, and more confident in her own path. Whether she decides to speak openly or keep her thoughts private, her journey will continue. And as always, the world will be watching, waiting to see how the next part of her story unfolds.